Hello, survivors. This is the Cherno Journo, and I have a new interview. This one I've been sitting on for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, in front of you we have Nikki Taylor. I'm assuming that's not a real name, because one, it's a guy. Nikki Taylor hacked in this box that you see near him, her, way back in November, and I sort of obviously didn't take anything from the box, including the painkillers I desperately needed, as you can see by shaking here. So I sort of and ahed. I did interview Nikki Taylor, and I thought I didn't really want to promote hacking, I didn't want to promote hackers or anything like that. So I sat on the interview for a while, but I went back and looked at it recently, and I thought it's actually a pretty good interview. On both sides of the story, we both have very interesting things to say about hacking and hacking in general. So I decided instead I'm going to put it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my interview with Nikki Taylor, not her real name, the hacker. Nikki Taylor, I've just jumped into this server here in Cherno, and you've appeared in front of me. So, do you want to explain how that happened?
I teleported to you. I've seen you on the map, and I recognized your name, actually.
So, no, I didn't ask you to come to me, but you saw it and you came yourself. So what were you doing prior to teleporting to me?
I was actually giving a player a weapon box, and just trying to help him out along.
Ah! Okay, and so this player you gave the weapon box to, obviously they were happy to take it?
Actually, it's just a funny kind of situation because the player refused to have the weapon box. He said he wanted to play legit. So I opened up the map and then I saw you and I said, hey, all right, number two.
Well, who is this legitimate player? I think we should give him props for that.
He's still in the server. His name is Xander.
Okay, yep. Well, props to you, Xander, for not taking the gear, especially since could have been all secret for him. So, now Nikki, when we first met and you gave me a box in front, because I asked you if you needed a gun as soon as I saw you were not armed. I should have realised then you didn't have patrol pack that something was a bit funny, but I didn't think of that. You spawned the box in front of me, and then what did we do with that box?
Well, we first discussed it and how it appeared. I had told you that I was a hacker, and you took it upon yourself to take a satchel charge and try to explode the box.
Yeah.
It didn't work out too well, though.
No, so we waited for the timer and it's run out. Haven't taken anything from the box, even though these damn painkillers are making me very shaky and I'm wasting ammo killing zombies. So we're now up here in the mountains, and I thought, well, I'll get your side of the story here. So, tell me your side of the story. Why do you decide to play the game with hacks?
Well, just like a lot of DayZ players, in fact, probably 100% of the DayZ players would still play the game. I played the game legitly for quite a while. Started, pretty much, I'd say during the Steam sale, the summer sales when I started playing. And played legit for probably a good month and a half or so. Got dropped on my head, thunderdomed, teleported to, killed. I mean, you name it, it's happened to me, just like you guys. I found on a DayZ forum someone posted where the people got the hacks from. Took it upon myself to go to the same site and decided to get kind of my revenge in a sort of kind of weird way. I started hacking and giving players boxes just because I know what it felt like to work for the gear, that hard, 12 hours or so you put into your character, if you even live that long, to finally get to the Northwest Airfield and find a DMR or something of quality. And then 2 seconds later, you're getting killed by a hacker. So I kind of reversed that kind of thing that was happening and started teleporting to players. And even if I got shot, you had the God mode thing on so they can shoot you all day. And I was just dropping my ammo box, and it had everything in it. And I'd say about 95% of the players I drop it to, they're grateful for me, and they're really appreciative. I have dropped it for noobs, like players who have just started playing the game first day or whatever. And I warned them, I say, hey, I'm kind of taking the fun out of DayZ for you right now. The fun part is actually gaining your gear. You haven't experienced the bad part of the game yet. Um, and a couple of them have taken it, but like you, there is a rare exception that just refuses to be helped. And you guys seriously are something to look up to. So I fall short, even though I'm. I guess it's like that two wrongs don't make a right. You guys are definitely the real players of DayZ, and I respect that. So even if you guys don't take it from me, I'm not gonna grief you or kill you or anything like that. I'll move on, and you go your way, I'll do my thing, and we'll just act like we never met.
You say that, as you say, two wrongs don't make a right. So why do you find this response is the response that you wanted to take?
I mean, partly it was, I was butthurt about being hacked all those times. So that was the initial reason. Then the second reason nowadays is it's fun. And on this side of the hacking thing, if you're playing the good guy hacker or whatever, I mean, I meet a lot of players. I actually sit and have conversations with them, like you're doing with me right now. I'll sit with them and put the zombie shield up so no zombies can come and get them, and we'll sit and chat for 10 minutes while they're gearing up. And they'll tell me about how their journeys are and stuff like that. And that's a lot of stuff that you guys don't see as like legit players. Is it's always PvP nowadays, but I see the friendlier side of DayZ that I guess a lot of other people don't see. So it keeps me hacking also, where it's more player interaction instead of just shoot on sight. So I guess that it's fun. I mean, it's undeniably fun to just fly around.
And so a lot of the forums and people refer to script kiddies as basement dwelling lowlifes who can't get any friends and need to do this in order to get their jollies off. So what's your response to that? Is that how you would describe yourself? And we're trying to be honest here.
I mean, I wouldn't describe myself as that. I had a full-time job. I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to work at 8, come home at 4:30, and then after I take my shower, eat my meal, I'm right here on DayZ just like the rest of you. I mean, I love DayZ that much. It's the last game, or the only game I've been playing for probably the last 3 months or so. I mean, it's really drawn me in. But I'm not a low life. I'm not a kid or whatever. I've got kids of my own. Been divorced twice. So I'm an older guy. I'm not a script kiddie. I'm a script adult or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I think I'm just your normal everyday guy.
And so now,
I mean, I'm sure there's those kids out there though. I've met a couple other hackers, through the journey, and there are those people that you described. There's definitely those types. But they're hackers just like myself who have had their fill of hackers and kind of doing the same thing I am.
And as you say, you're, I guess, what you would call positive hacking. So you don't grief people, you don't kill them, you just spawning loot things. But I've got two questions. So one is, don't you feel guilty about the fact that every time you throw a box in, you're basically tipping the balance of weapons, because now all of these high-end weapons are suddenly appearing in the game that haven't been earned in any sort of legitimate manner?
It does matter, but at the same time, it doesn't matter on a super great scale to me, just because I know the standalone is right around the corner, and I know that a lot of things for the hacking aspect, or anyway, according to Rocket and what I've seen or whatever, is supposed to be fixed, or that's his main focus. So I think this mod right now is just kind of it is what it is. I mean, it's a hacker fest. So anything that I do, I'm contributing to the problem. At the same time, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of back also. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess you could say, but.
And then,
it doesn't really affect me. I don't really have a super great conscience about it.
Okay, and then I guess the other part of that question is, I'm assuming you're not a programmer. You didn't say where you work, and I don't want you to, but I'm assuming you didn't write this hack or battle bypass. You basically obtained it. Now, I'm assuming you obtained it by paying legitimate currency for it?
Yes, that's correct.
And so, do you feel in any way bad about the fact that you have spent part of your currency promoting the problem? Because although you may or may not use these hacks for good, or not to grief other players, by paying someone else to do that, you're essentially enabling them to maintain a revenue stream so that they can create new hacks that people could use for nefarious means.
I've never really, given that much thought to, that side of things. And to be honest, I don't think a lot of hackers have. I mean, there definitely is a market for it. The particular site I go to, I won't say the name unless you want me to. I'll divulge that
No, please
information.
don't say any names.
Okay, not a problem. But the particular site I do go to, it's relatively busy. But when you, the funny thing is like it'll show you how many users are on the site for all games, and then you go to the DayZ subsection, and I promise you, 95% of the traffic is DayZ traffic. And that just tells you how popular the DayZ hack is amongst games that are currently out. I don't think a lot of hackers are really kind of thinking about kind of polluting to the problem more. I mean, it's just a fun thing to do, unfortunately.
Well, how much did you spend for these hacks, if you don't mind me asking?
Not a problem. You could get a package deal depending on the time you want to spend hacking. Currently, I'm on the $10 per month kind of subscription kind of deal.
Would you ever consider going back to being legit, to dropping the hacks completely and becoming a legit player again, in the mod version as opposed to the standalone?
Probably not.
And why is that?
I've been banned. Like I said, I guess I'm kind of addicted to the other side of things now. Like I said, the player interaction and just the fun of the hack. I've already been banned once. I paid $20 for another Steam CD key just to hack again. So I mean that just tells you like how much that I enjoy it personally.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, Nikki Taylor. I really, obviously not going to listen, but I'd encourage you not to do it because I think your $10 a month does contribute to the problem, and I think the putting in extra gear just makes the prevalence of AS50s huge problem on the public servers. I know I play on a private hive, and I hardly ever see an AS50, as opposed to seeing them everywhere in the public hive. So I'd encourage you not to do it. You're probably not going to listen, and that's fair enough, each to their own. But I really think, that although you might say you're doing it for good reasons or whatever, every time you bring in a new bit of equipment, you are just tipping the balance the wrong way. And as you say, people miss out on the fun in DayZ of gearing up and trying to survive. So Cherno Journo, out.
That's very true. All right, buddy. Thank you.